Hi, Shak. My name is Justin from Quashed, and I've also got Ben on the line here from Quashed, and we're really excited to have you talking to us a little bit about insurance because it's definitely a bit of a mystery for most people, except for the people in the industry. So it's really great to have someone like yourself come and help us to just make sense of life insurance in particular a little bit more. But let's start off, Shak, by just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and kind of how did you get into insurance? Maybe would be a good starting point.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Justin. Hey, Ben, and hey, everyone. My name is Shak, and I am an insurance advisor at Halo Advisors Limited, and we are also an insurance advisor partner for Quashed. I have been in the industry for about 15 years, and I've worked with some major insurance companies such as ING Life, which is today known as Cigna. And I spent the last 10 years working for Partners Life, where I was a business development manager. And a core part of my role was to actually train financial advisors. And I guess, like most people, I also fell into the industry. I started when I was 18 years old. And at that point in time, it was just a part-time job for me. But I went and I had an experience where I lost someone who was quite close to me, a very dear friend of mine. And that's changed my view on life and what insurance is, because I had firsthand seen a family go through something and how that impacted majorly on their finances and their ability to work and earn an income. And also when they lost someone who was quite young and actually the youngest member of their family. To simply put it, right, an insurance advisor is someone who is actually qualified and has a license to give financial advice on insurance products such as life insurance or medical cover, for example. And I guess one of the key things that an insurance advisor helps with, or we can help our clients with, is firstly to simplify insurance, because insurance can get quite technical and there's a lot of jargons used in the industry. And then secondly, if someone is thinking about getting insurance, I mean, where do they start the process? Could be the very first thing that confuses people and maybe puts people off from getting insurance. So that's what a good advisor will help you with, is compare what actually suits your situation, your goals, your objectives, because there are many insurance providers out there who have different types of products, and each of those products can differ. And also they're designed to cover different types of risks. So when I say risks, there's like risks of someone dying early, which is death risk. Then there's risk of someone might have a major illness, or there's a risk of someone is disabled and cannot go to work and earn an income, or if someone needs a medical treatment, which is quite expensive. So these are different types of risk which an insurance advisor can help you understand, and then look for a solution that helps you close or protect you from that risk. One of the things insurance advisors can help with is simplify the application process. Because, I mean, if you've ever looked at an insurance application, you see there are quite long-winded questions in there, which can seem quite confusing. So this is where, an insurance advisor will be able to help you complete the application. And even, one of the philosophies we use at Halo Advisors is from quote to claim, meaning we help our clients from the moment we quote them all the way to submitting their claims, because at claim time they might be dealing with quite a few things, and there's a lot of stress involved. So one of the last things we want our customers or clients to be dealing with is financial stress, or the stress of submitting a claim and then talking to insurance companies and providing information back and forth. Most insurance advisors do not charge for their advice service, and they offer it free of charge. Even if you want to have your insurances reviewed, it's completely free of charge. And best of all, there is no obligations, right? So if you decide not to proceed with it, or if you decide to look at different options, there is no obligation on you, the clients, to proceed with any recommendations. Yeah. That's a good question, Justin. And I think when it comes to insurance, um, insurance is not about selling. Insurance is more about a solution. And I normally ask clients, right, is what is your backup plan? Okay, if things go wrong, what's your backup plan, or what's your backup option, right? Your plan B. Okay, so if something happens to the main income earner, how does it impact on the family? How does it impact on the finances of that family? And is there a backup plan? If not, maybe insurance could be a solution, right? And there are different risks out there, right? There is a risk of someone passing away quite early. There is a risk that someone might have a major illness. Someone might be disabled and not be able to go to work, or there might be a risk that you might need a medical treatment, which is quite expensive. So, all of these different risks, right? Do you have a backup plan? Is where insurance sort of fits in. Okay. That's a very good question, Ben, because we get asked it by clients quite often. What is trauma, right? So trauma is a product on its own where it's designed to pay a lump sum. Can be 100,000, 200,000, right? So you choose the lump sum that fits your budget or the risk. And trauma has a list of conditions, right? Somewhere up to 48 to 50 conditions. And if a client has one of those conditions, so a condition could be heart attack, cancer, stroke, or a bypass surgery, for example. If you have one of those conditions, then you qualify for a claim, and a claim is paid out as a lump sum. So if someone has suffered a heart attack, that is one of the covered conditions under trauma, and then the client is eligible to make a lump sum claim. So if they had 50,000 trauma covered, they would get paid $50,000 for that heart attack. So that's exactly where sort of trauma cover is angled at, is if you're going to have something major happen and you might be off work for quite some time, right? 6 months, a year, 2 years, you would need quite a bit of money coming in, especially if you have some large debts to take care of, or maybe a mortgage debt, or I don't know, business debt or something like that, that you need the lump sum payments to come in and quickly clear the debt away. So that's trauma cover. And then you can also have income cover, which is designed to pay you a regular income. That is obviously to replace your income for the period that you actually cannot go to work. Right. So this again takes another bucket of risk, which is to replace your income if you could not go back to work for quite some time. I mean, having been in the industry for so long, I can say that I've worked with many clients and have, really good experiences and good claim stories. And I think one of the things I always believe in is your insurance advisor is the only one who can help you when things really start going wrong, because they're the only ones who can get a claim paid. No other profession gets an insurance claim paid, right? And I think one of the most recent experiences, which was just over 3 months ago, is I met a client through an existing client of mine, who wanted to review his insurance. So we had our first meeting, and then we got chatting, and then he said to me that he had a health scare a couple of months back. 2 years back, he had a health scare, and I asked him what happened. So he said, he had two stents put into his heart, and he could not go to work for about 3 months. And so I looked into his insurance after that meeting, and he had trauma cover, and so I got a copy of his medical notes, and his medical notes actually said that he had suffered a heart attack. So heart attack, as we know, is covered under trauma cover. So I got a claim form filled out. I sent it to the insurance company, and fast forwarded a week, we got the approval from the insurance company. So I made a second appointment with the client and his wife, to let him know that he was actually getting a six-figure sum paid to him. He was quite shocked. He didn't believe that this was actually happening. but that's the greatest part of my role, is making these things possible for clients, and especially when they don't expect it. So we got the discharge form signed and everything ready for the claim to be paid, and I remember him saying that you have been a blessing in disguise to our family, and that to me resonates quite a lot, because it's at the very heart of what we do, is protecting families, and their finances when things can go wrong. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, so this is where also in the new regime, insurance advisors have to disclose how they get remunerated. So all insurance advisors get paid commissions from the provider, whichever provider they submit your applications to. Now that there has to be a full disclosure, to the clients, that this is how much commission is payable, and so that is just to encourage that whatever the advisor is doing is in the best interest of the client and not purely for commission reasons. So that's where there's full disclosure, and that's how insurance advisors normally get remunerated. So it's not at the cost of the client. It's something that is paid by the insurance companies directly.
Nice. Oh, yeah, thanks for clearing that up. And I think, as you've kind of briefly mentioned there around the new regime, and I guess for people tuning into this is really new legislation that's come in, and is designed to protect consumers, and having advisors disclose exactly how they're getting paid. And yeah, so yeah, we think it's a great thing at Quashed, the transparency, and that's really what we're about. Simplicity, transparency, and sort of this digital experience as well. Increasingly that we the world that we live in. So yeah, that's great, and thank you so much, Shak, for your time today. Sharing with us a little bit about your world as an insurance advisor and how you can help Kiwis. Yeah, again, it's a real pleasure to have you on here.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Ben, and thanks for having me.